There is also what we call the factors that determine leadership. Factors. There are factors that determine leadership. Leadership by example and responsibility. Leadership is purely by example and by responsibility. You can become a leader by just being an exemplary person to people, and you can become a leader by just taking responsibility. Many times people do not take responsibility. That's why they are not effective leaders. Oftentimes it's easy for you to come to an organization and dictate the people that are taking responsibility, dictate the people that are actually leading by example. A lot of people like to command people. They don't want to do it themselves. You have to be able to understand that a true leader can do almost anything he's telling you to do. And because you know that he can do what he's telling you to do, you are willing to actually submit to him and actually be able to follow him. Impact and influence is also one of the key factors of leadership. A genuine leader must have impact and influence. Impact is the ability to create awareness of who you are, what you can do, your capabilities and your abilities. Influence is your ability to be able to change the mindset of people, to be able to change their belief system, to be able to change the way they think and actually push them on the right direction. So a true leader must be able to create awareness as well as change the mindset of people. One of the factors that determine leadership is impact and influence. If you are a leader and you don't make impact, you see, you are not a genuine leader. You are not a true leader. Every kingdom leader must make impact, must also be able to create influence. Let me tell you that when Jesus Christ came upon the face of the earth, he makes impact in the life of people. He also was able to create noticeable influence. So one of the factors of leadership is impact and influence. Boko Haram today, you can say they have made impact, but they have not influenced you, because the reason why they have made impact is that you are aware of who they are. You know that there is a set of people referred to as Boko Haram. But they have not influenced you because they have not brainwashed you. They have not submit their ideologies to you. You have not even submit yourself under the influence of their ideology. So you do not see the need to carry a bomb and put it in your body. So it then means that they have made impact, but they have not made influence to an extent to your life. Recently, there was a lady that was killed. It makes so much impact and it begin to make influence, because in Bauchi, it happened in Sokoto, but in Bauchi, people begin to kill themselves, people begin to fight. Why? Because the impact of what happened in Sokoto begin to stir up other people and motivate them to kill more people. And that's the challenge with many things. You see, when something happens and is permitted, other people are motivated to do it again. So when rape become a normal thing, people are motivated to do it again. When gayism, when lesbianism becomes the order of the day, people are motivated to do it. So you must be able to understand that impact is good, but influence is better. When impact is made, influence is the goal. But when impact is made and influence is not achieved, then impact will die. But when influence is in place, impact must follow. Naira Marley today, Wizkid, they have made impact. I know their name, but I don't know their songs. Some of their songs I may remember because I used to hear it everywhere. But let me tell you the truth. They have not made sufficient influence on me for me to go and buy their tapes or for me to go to their clubs. I was at Festac one time when I flew into Lagos. I was at Festac and AY was doing a show in Festac. I saw AY doing show. People were trooping to enter. My friends were like, I said, no need. I don't think I can go there. Why? Because I don't see the need to go there. But what if it was a program that maybe Benny Hinn was preaching or Oyedepo was preaching? I will rush and enter. So what I wanted to understand is that as much as I saw the impact there, AY was there, all kinds of comedians were there, but I'm not planning to be a comedian. As much as they have made impact, they have not made influence over my life. So one of the factors that determine leadership is not only impact, but also influence. So as a leader, you don't just need to make impact, you must make influence. There are so many people that I have seen, I have known them. I know many ministers, but I don't listen to them. I don't see them worthy enough for me to listen to. Some have listened to them 1 or 2 times, but there are people that listen to them every day. Why? Because they have not just only made impact, but they have made influence in my life. So you must understand that it's good enough for people to be aware of what you do, but they must be able to influence them. For instance, now, you know that there is cigarette, right? You know there is cigarette, but do you smoke? No. That means cigarette, they have not been able to influence you. You know that there is alcohol, there is tramadol, there is weed, but you have not taken it. Why? Because they have not influenced you, but they have made impact. You know there is Gulda, there is Henneke. When you move around Abuja or Lagos, you see a lot of advertisement on Henneke, on Gulda, on bitter lemon, Alomo, Erujeje. But you see, the thing is this. They have made impact, but they have not influenced you. So you must be able to understand that one of the factors of leadership is what? Influence and impact. So So you can do both as a leader. A leader is supposed to both have impact and also both have what? Influence over people. Because what you know and what they are interested in. Why are people interested in you? You must be able to understand that your level of impact and influence is determined by the interest of people towards you. Most of the musical whiskey, the band, all the people, they sing carnal song and they know what you like. They know the sound you like. So they will put it in their song intentionally just so that they can influence you. So they know that if you hear the beating of this sound, you will be there. So you begin to dance like Naraman, you begin to act like Akon, act like Whiskey, act like Beyonce, you begin to behave like Rihanna. She did it intentionally. When T.Y. Savage went and had sex and publicly these people do this so that they can not only create impact but influence, so that maybe you have been hearing about them but you didn't watch them, but now you must watch them. When you see musicians create scandal among themselves, because right now, bad news make news more than good news. If today you walk naked along your street, you'll be popular. But you see, you are going to create, because people are going to see you, and because they see you are going to create influence. So you must be able to understand that leaders understand that whether good leaders or bad leaders. But kingdom leadership requires good influence, not bad influence. So although you know about cigarette, but you don't smoke. So it's key. You must understand that you must have positive influence on people, not negative influence. Okay. Most people think that they are not respected in an organization because someone is there who is more of a leader than them. But this is not true. It's just that they are not a good leader. Let me tell you. Sometimes you may be given the head of department, or you may be given a position in an office, and people don't respect you, but they respect your colleague. See, let me tell you, the reason why they respect your colleague is not because your colleague hates you, it's because your colleague is a good leader. He has more qualities of leaders and he has more factors of leadership than you. He's willing to love people. He's willing to build a team. He's willing to serve people. He's one of the most jovial person. He's one of the person that is more proactive. You are not. So you now realize that even if you decide to lobby them to sack that person out of that office, the person will get another job somewhere and you're still going to rule in that place. So you just have to either leverage on the person and either get to make the person your friend. Why do you think people do all this blessed by association? Why do you think people snap with other people? They snap with, I don't really do it so much, but people is very okay, because sometimes you leverage on the credibility of others. I heard about the story of one senior advocate of Nigeria, that one of these normal lawyer was always looking for opportunity to actually have him come to see him, but he refused. He has been stopping until one day he decided to endorse him. What he did was simple. There are so many people that are looking for the opportunity to be able to have the senior advocate come to solve their case. They want to actually take advantage of him as a legal practitioner to be able to help them gain justice in keeping to a case. So, but because there are many leaders, but why are they going after senior advocate? Because senior advocate are more like the professors in that field. So you must be able to understand that before you become a son, of course, they still lobby these things now, but genuine sons are supposed to actually know their job. So what he did basically was he took a normal lawyer and he was moving with him for like 1 hour, moving with him, and people were seeing that this person is moving with this lawyer, with this son. Immediately after that 1 hour, the son left him. He said, you didn't give me money or anything. He left him. And as he left him, people now rush towards this normal upcoming barrister, and they're like, we don't know whatsoever you are discussing with that son. You must teach us today. We believe that whatsoever he told you is worthy of note. So can you come and help us defend our case? Because if you know this senior advocate of Nigeria, it then means that you are also an effective lawyer. What I'm trying to let you understand, there are people that may be better than you. See, let me tell you, learn to leverage. One of the factors of leadership is leveraging. You don't fight people you are supposed to be learning from. Many people are fighting people they are supposed to learn from. There are people that are going to be better than you. There are people you are better than. You must understand that life is like that. There are people above you. There are people below you. There are people within your level. Know who is your mate. It's not everybody that is your mate. There are people even whether in musical sector, in ministry, in business, in anything. There are people that are not your mate. A true leader learns how to leverage. Leadership is also in different levels. I have shown you the levels. So you must be able to understand that the level you are, learn how to leverage to go to the top. It's very, very important. Don't fight the other people that are having more influence than you. There are people that see every rich man. I told God I will teach you on finance in times to come, there are people that see rich people and get angry. How can you become rich when you are angry with rich people? See, let me tell you, whether they make the money from the devil, you think it's easy, go and give your soul to the devil and see. So you must be able to understand that you must have respect and regard for people that have been able to produce results over time, people that have been able to make impact and make influence, because this thing is not easy as you think it would be. So you must be able to understand when people are consistent over time. See, you must salute their courage. So true leadership, it's not just because you force people. No, you must be able to make influence among people. So if people are not respecting you, it's not because the other person is commanding it, it's because you have not commanded influence in their life. So you must be able to work on that. Okay, learn to build team. One of the factors of leadership is teamwork, the ability to be able to build a team, and work with a team. Every genuine leader works with a team. Most leaders, they are open to other people's opinion. They see other people's perspective. You need to be passionate about leading others, because oftentimes one of the factors of leadership is not just only being passionate but open to people's opinion. Because most people don't open themselves to other people's opinion. They believe that they are right, whether they are wrong, they are right. But let me tell you a bad news. You cannot always be right. You will be wrong many more times. Even the most perfect amongst leaders still make mistakes. So you must be able to understand that as a leader, you must be open to other people's opinion, because sometimes whether their opinion is right or wrong, just listen to it. So there are times I just come to my team and I ask them, I say, okay, what's your opinion? What should we do? I know what we should do, but I still want to hear their own opinion, because I want them to also become leaders like me. So I have to give them the benefit of doubt. So oftentimes they may not do it right, but that doesn't really mean that the thing will go totally wrong. So you will stand from the backside to be able to correct them when they do it wrong, but give them the benefit of doubt to make their opinion. And sometimes you should be able to allow their opinion go through, so that they will feel happy that at least they suggested something and it's been done. Okay, true leaders open themselves to other people's opinion. One of the factors of leadership is you are being to work with a team. You must be able to understand that other people can bring something to the table as much as possible also. So open yourself to other people. You are not always right. The issue of perspective is always there. Oftentimes, when I stand facing your front, I say who I am. You are going to see me as somebody that has two eyes, 2 eyes, 2 ears, 2 legs, 2 hands. But when you go to my side, you're going to see me with 1 ear, 1 hand, 1 leg, and no eye. So what I'm just trying to let you understand is this. There was an issue spoken about perspective, where they said that they wrote the letter M, right? The other person standing on the other side saw W. The other person here saw M. The other person in this side saw 3. The other person in this side saw E. What I'm just trying to let you understand is that we all see in different perspectives. And that's why most times as leaders, you must be able to open yourself to other people's perspectives. That's why you are in their team. If not, go and look for another team. If you are not willing to be open to other people's perspectives, you cannot be able to lead a team as a leader. Okay, now. Also, one of the factors of leadership is being passionate. One of the true characteristics of a leader is being passionate about leading others. Every leader is passionate. A leader must be passionate about his job. A leader must be passionate about replicating himself in the lives of others. A leader must be passionate about whatsoever he do. There is no leader that's ever succeed without being passionate. Passion is the fuel that keeps you going. Passion is the fuel that guarantee productivity. Passion is the fuel that makes you always continually improving on yourself. You see, we do the things we do not just because we love it. We do it because we are passionate about it. We do the things we do not just because we are called to do it. We do it because we are passionate about it. Let me tell you, everything you are doing that you're not passionate about, you won't succeed in it. Every true leader is passionate about what he's doing. If you are selling kuli, be passionate about selling kuli. If you are selling gari, be passionate about selling gari. If you are selling akbu, be passionate about selling akbu. Elon Musk is passionate about selling cars, building spaceship. When everybody say you can't make it, I've seen that guy cry. I used to follow him many years ago. I've seen that guy come from far, not being among the richest people like that to the number one. Bill Gates is passionate about computers. Apple, Steve Jobs, right? Is passionate about what everybody that succeeds in whatever they are doing, they are passionate about it. Check, every leader is passionate about what he's doing. Even a prostitute, to succeed in it, you must be passionate about it. How can you succeed in what people don't know about? You see, it's not possible. If you are a lesbian, if you are a gay, you must be passionate about it, reaching out to people. I have seen lesbian approach me, gay people approach me. I have seen gay guys approach me several times. I said, wow, these guys are really passionate. But you are not passionate about what you do. You are a minister. You are not passionate about evangelism. You are not passionate about building a team. You are not passionate about church growth. You are not passionate about growing. You are not passionate about raising people. You are not passionate about increasing in membership. You won't get any result if you are not passionate about it. So one of the characteristics and factors of leadership is being passionate about whatever you do. Okay, Jesus Christ was a leader that replicates himself among others. So one of the characteristics and factors of leadership is being able to reproduce yourself, replicate yourself among others. That's mentoring. The key factor of mentoring is replication. Is the ability to be able to transfer who you are into people. Is impartation. Impartation is not just falling under the anointing. No, it's not just only falling down and rolling on the floor. No, it's transferring the same level of mindset, the same level of education, the same level of capacity. Mental transformation begins first before any kind of confirmation in the life of anybody. You must be transformed mentally before you can be conformed to any level of truth. So you must be able to understand that effective leaders actually transform people. They actually transfer who they are into people. Jesus Christ transferred himself to the apostles to the disciples, the disciples to all of us today. We saw Elijah to Elisha, we saw Paul to Timothy, we saw Moses to Joshua. That's the key level of mentoring. That's the key thing about mentoring, transferring the same kind of knowledge you have onto other people. So the spirit can be transferred, it's possible, but you have to follow to be able to get the spirit. A true leader never maintains followers, but you empower those followers to become leaders, then those leaders to become agents of transformation. So you must be able to understand that a leader is passionate about what? Transforming people. That transformation is key. Why do we raise other people to become leaders? Number one is because we are conscious about the next generation. We know that the next generation will be at stake if we don't have sufficient leaders that can be able to lead us. If all our fathers of faith die today, can we have leaders that can continue? If Elon Musk is gone now, Bill Gates is gone now, if all the people that are ruling and leading us now are dead, can we have the next generation that can be able to lead? So we must be able to understand the reason why we do the things we do is because we need to be able to raise leaders. If we maintain you only as followers, you see, we cannot be able to guarantee sustainability. Sustainability is only effective and maintain upon the strength of leadership. So you must be able to understand when you have the next generation at heart, you will be able to be intentional about raising leaders. So the reason why we are raising leaders is because we know that raising leadership will help us to maintain the vision and the mission over time. Okay, now, so you must be able to also further understand that we are conscious that no man live forever, and because you're not going to live forever, you must be able to raise others to become leaders. Also, because of the need for us to be able to increase. When you need to increase, when you need to grow, when you need to expand, you must raise leaders, because you cannot be everywhere. Imagine all the brand. Imagine KFC. There is KFC everywhere. I mean, how did they get there? The owner may not actually be everywhere, but he was able to raise leaders that can be able to go with the same blueprint to replicate it. So you must be able to understand that leaders are passionate about growth, are passionate about expansion, and that is the reason why they are actually raising others to also become leaders, because you cannot send somebody to represent you when he's not actually like you. So if you are in ministry, you have a business, if you want to open another branch, you have to be able to open another franchise. You have to be able to raise people as leaders. If you have only followers, people you pay check every day, that's good, but you must be able to understand that they are not going to be able to represent your company effectively well. You must be able to transfer the same thing you know onto them. So hiding what you know is not an advantage when you are actually interested in increasing, interested in mentoring people, interested in raising other people. You must teach them almost everything you know. If they are willing to learn it, teach it to them, then empower them to also become leaders like you. So because we know that we cannot be everywhere, so we try to be able to raise others to be able to replicate ourselves. And that is why Jesus Christ knows he's not going to be forever on the earth. So he raised the apostles to be able to represent him. So you must be able to know that you're not going to live forever. So you have to be able to raise other people. Who are you raising right now that will take over from you? We must be able to pass the baton to the next generation. If you are not mentoring somebody right now, you are wrong. True leadership is mentoring. If you are not mentoring somebody right now, you are wrong. I preached a message many years ago, the prime of greatness. That the prime of greatness is for you to be able to make others great. When you become great, what next? The next thing is to be able to help others to become great. If not, if nobody become great following you, then you have failed. If nobody become great following, then you are really not a great person. True great people replicate others, replicate themselves in others. True great people make other people become great. If you truly believe that it's not a guesswork, it's not luck, please make it happen in the lives of other people also. When you make other people become great, you immortalize yourself in the lives of others. You are not a true leader until someone can do what you are doing and even do it better. So you must be able to understand that a true leader replicates himself in the lives of others. Also, integrity. Leading by integrity, leading by example, leading by trust, leading by service, having genuine love for others is one of the true characteristics of a leader. A leader's ability to influence others is based on his trust, is based on his integrity, is based on how much more he serves the people. No man will follow you enough when they don't trust you. You must understand that trust is actually a costly commodity. A true leader must have trust. A true leader must have trust. A true leader must be a confidant. A true leader must be a confidant. You must be a person that people can confide on you. You cannot be sure that the secret of people is safe as a leader if you are not a man that people can trust, if you are not a confidant. Oftentimes there are leaders that people tell them their secret and they go about telling everybody. I have secret of people dead and buried in my head. Every day I hear secret of people. It's buried in my head. You must be able to understand a true leader is one whom people can actually trust. A true leader, one of the factors of leadership, one of the characteristics of leader is that people can trust you. Can people trust you? And the first question you have to ask is, can you trust yourself? You must be able to understand. If you cannot trust yourself, people cannot trust you. Somebody come and tell you something here, before he goes out, he hears it in another place. So you must understand that you are not a good leader. A true leader must be trusted. You must be a confident. People can come and confide on you. You can't go about telling people everything about other people. It's not good. You are not a good leader. A true leader, you must be able to keep the secret of people. And you must understand that a true leader builds trust and he establishes what we call credibility. You build trust, you establish credibility, you establish integrity. Integrity is who you are even when nobody is looking at you. Sincerity is how you behave when people are looking at you. Oftentimes I go to the family, I go to the house of our members. Sometimes I just call any Shekinah members, okay, I'm coming to your house. When they know I'm coming, the way they behave at home, oh my God, they behave so well just because they know I'm coming. But oftentimes I get to betray them because I'll get to ask their parent, how is this person? And the parent will begin to tell me that this person that I'm seeing that looks so good, that do everything for us in the meeting, actually has certain issues at home. So you must be able to understand that integrity is how you behave, who you are when nobody is looking at you. Sincerity is what you do when people are looking at you. Because oftentimes people are behaving well when everybody's eyes on them, but immediately when nobody is looking at them, they just behave anyhow they want to behave. What you are you red today, blue tomorrow, green tomorrow, next tomorrow yellow, another day? You see, your yes may not be your yes, your no is your not your no. So if you are yes, be yes. If you are no, be no. If you are black, be black. If you are red, be red. True leaders are people of integrity. They are consistent. Is that okay now? You must be able to if you are not a standard enough and a prototype enough, then you are not worthy enough for people to follow you. You must be able to ask yourself, can people trust me? Many leaders cannot be trusted with anything. Most of you cannot be trusted with money. Somebody give you 10,000 today, tomorrow you come, you see 5,000. They give you 1 million today, tomorrow they come, they see 700,000. What happened to the money? You can't even give account of what happened. You are a leader, you are head of department, they give you 20,000, 50,000, 100,000. You cannot give account of what happened. You are not a good leader. You must be able to give account. Everybody, you are a steward. You must give an account of what you use it to do. You must be able to understand that if you cannot be trusted as a leader, you are a bad person. Why? Because sincerely speaking, even when you begin to lead people, you will lead wrongly. If you cannot be trusted as a leader, then you are wrong. You must begin to work on trust. If not, people will never be able to trust you sufficiently where they cannot commit more things to you. So you must be able to understand that if people cannot trust you with money, trust you with their secret, if they cannot give you a task and be sure that you accomplish it, then you are not a genuine leader. You are not a good leader. Okay, so you must be able to understand that when they tell you to do something, is it possible for people to actually count on you that you can achieve it? When you say yes, let your yes be yes, let your no be no. Okay, now true leaders actually build what we call character. You build integrity by first of all building character. Your character is your attitude, your behavior, your manner of approach. You must be able to understand that your motive must be clearly explained and stated as a leader. People can't follow you when they don't understand your vision. You don't have to manipulate people. Never manipulate people. Give them the privilege to decide whether to follow you. Don't coerce them. Don't force them. Don't manipulate them. People, oftentimes when you manipulate people into doing something, I told you they will always rebel when they realize they are being manipulated. Let people follow you just because you influence them and because they saw a value in you. A true leader must see the need to engage others and build connection among people. You must be able to carry everybody along. Don't be a closed book sealed with 7 seals. You must set goals and let people understand the goal and let them understand where you are going to. You see, oftentimes I find it challenging following a leader that actually doesn't know where we are going to. Never follow a leader who doesn't know where he's taking you to. He must know where he's going. Every ministry, every organization must have a well-defined aim, objective, purpose, and vision and mission. It is okay for the followers not to understand that, but every leader, every worker should be able to understand that, because it's more dangerous, for even a leader not to even understand his aim, his objective, his goal, and his vision. Is terrible. Every genuine leader must transfer to his people the vision, the mission of his organization. If not, how can they be able to build up something with you that they don't understand? Okay, you must do this through communication. You must do it through practical action by leading by example. Every leader must communicate with his people. He must be able to lead them by example. You cannot just assume that people know. No, you must be able to lead them by example. A good leader seeks to impute values of people, seek to understand the decisions of people, their opinions, and see where you can be able to correct and amend them. And oftentimes, those who cannot understand your vision and your mission and your goal will be lost along the line. Every person that is following you as a leader that does not understand what you are doing will not follow you for long, because he doesn't understand. Until they understand, they cannot know where they fit in. They cannot know what they ought to support you to be able to do. In fact, women don't even marry a man that is not going anywhere, a man that does not even know what he's doing. The Bible says, wives are supposed to come and become your helpmeet. They are supposed to come and be your helper, help you to do what? So when you don't know what a woman is supposed to come and help you do, what do you have to marry? She's going to come and do what? Come to be having sex with you. Then what next? Is life all about that? Or giving birth to children for you? The children you don't even know how to lead? Because leadership begins from you. Leadership begins from you first. If you cannot lead yourself, how can you lead your family? How can you lead your wife, lead your children? So it's dangerous, okay? So you must also be able to understand that leaders motivate others. People need to be motivated. People need to be inspired. The job of a leader is to be able to inspire and motivate people. You must be there for people. You must be able to be there for people. You have to be able to know their needs, know their values, and know their belief system. There are so many leaders that don't even know that somebody in their organization just lost his father or lost his mother, or somebody just gave birth to a child, or somebody just married. No, it's not good. As a true leader, you either set up a system to ensure that somebody within the ministry or somebody within the organization reach out in times of maybe celebration, or in times of maybe ordeals, maybe something bad happen. Sometimes we plan for the best, but we prepare for the worst also. So you must be able to understand that as leaders, you must also set up a team that can be able to checkmate people in time of peradventure when things go bad. There are people upon which oftentimes in their family something bad happen. Maybe they lose a father, they lose a mother, they lose somebody just died. A true leader should be able to either reach out to them or send somebody to reach out to them. Is key. When you don't do that, people will just realize that you don't really care about them. You only are concerned about what they bring to the table, and that is not really good for you as a leader. You must do your best to ensure that that is achieved. Okay.